your English class. Today, we're going to talk about informative, persuasive, and argumentative writing. Are you ready to listen? Then, let's begin. First, let's talk about informative text. It is given for the purpose of providing information about a topic to your audience. It gives your audience a new understanding or new appreciation of some topics with which they might be familiar. It also uses specific descriptive language and creative thinking to make the topic more alive for the audience. An example of informative text is this one. On July 16, 1969, the Apollo 11 spacecraft lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Where was it going? To the moon. The crew consisted of Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin. They landed on the moon in the Sea of Tranquility on July 20, 1969. The moonwalk took place the following day. On July 21, 1969, at precisely 10:56 EDT, Commander Neil Armstrong emerged from the spacecraft and took his famous first step onto the moon's surface and declared, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. What a glorious moment in human history." That is an example of informative text because it explains the expedition of Neil Armstrong to the moon. It used unusual terms or ideas to give description to the subject, and it relates the subject directly to the specific purpose and uses conversational tone. Next, we have persuasive text. It provides the opportunity to convince someone to adopt a particular viewpoint. The aim is to inform, educate, and convince or motivate an audience to do something. It uses thought-provoking, daring, and clear opinion. The speaker tries to change audience opinion by providing facts and evidences. It also speaks about something you are knowledgeable about and can argue your opinion for, as well as objectively discuss counter-arguments. Lastly, it is very common in ad campaign where marketing wants to convince you to buy something, but it can also be used in several other situations as well. An example of persuasive text is this. Are you tired of seeing your paycheck slashed by unjust tax deductions? We work hard to provide for our families and then wind up only being able to live paycheck to paycheck. If you vote for me, I'll make sure your taxes are lowered and you get the government services that you depend on. Imagine everything you'll be able to do with more wiggle room in your monthly income. Cast your vote today. That is an example of persuasive text because an example of a political campaign which tries to convince the audience to vote for the speaker. It uses thought-provoking, daring, and clear opinion, and the speaker tries to change audience opinion by providing facts and evidences. Lastly, we have argumentative text. It tries to change the reader's mind by convincing him or her to agree with the writer's point of view. It presents arguments about both sides of an issue. It could be both sides are presented equally balanced, or it could be that one side is presented more forcefully than the other. This attempts to be highly persuasive and logical. It usually assumes that the reader disagrees with the writer, but it should be noted that the reader is no less intelligent than the writer. Hence, argumentative writing should be written objectively, logically, and respectfully. Here is an example of an argumentative text. We've become accustomed to a new way of being alone together. Technology enabled, we are able to be with one another and also elsewhere, connected to wherever we want to be. We want to customize our lives. We want to move in and out of where we are because the thing we value most is control over where we focus our attention. We have gotten used to the idea of being in a tribe of one, loyal to our own party. It is a dialogue by Sherry Turkle. That is an example of argumentative text because it convinces the reader to agree with the writer's point of view. It presents arguments about both sides of an issue, and lastly, it is objective and logical. That's it for our discussion today. Now, let's try this activity. Get a piece of paper and let's answer. I know you can do this. On your paper, write true if you agree with the statement and false if you disagree with it. Number 1. Argumentative writing tries to change the reader's mind by convincing him or her to agree with the writer's point of view. Is it true or false? Number 2. Persuasive writing is very common in ad campaigns. True or false? Number 3. Examples and evidences give support to every argument. Is it true or false? Number 4. To tell a story is the main purpose of an informative text. And for number 5, in informational writing, you will begin with supporting details. Is it true or false? Congratulations! Thank you for watching and for listening. I will see you again. This is your Maestra Mela, always at your service.